any changes? I'll need a motion to approve then.
Motion to approve minutes from February 3rd, 2025.
Second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles? Stacy Yoka?
Abstain.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 5 with 1 abstention.
Next up would be Bill 2025-0055. That's just updating our, you guys should all know what that is, just updating our code. I'll need a motion for the first reading by title only.
I'm sure you don't know.
I should. I'll be pretty good at already. If you guys want to play that game, I will keep you here very, very late.
I have not eaten once.
I hear you really fast to really slow.
I make a motion for first reading by title only of bill number 2025-0055.
I'll second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance adopting and enacting a new code for ordinances of the city of Dixon County, Tennessee, state of Missouri, establishing the same, providing for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein, especially providing for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, providing penalty for the violation therefore, and providing when the ordinance shall be effective. Need a motion for second reading by title only.
I'll make a motion for a second reading by title only for bill number 2025-0055.
Second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance adopting and enacting the code of ordinances of the city of Dixon County, Classic State of Missouri, establishing the same, provided for the repeal of certain ordinances not included therein, except as herein, expressly provided for the manner of amending such code of ordinances, provide penalty for the violation therefore, and providing when the ordinances shall become effective. I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve bill number 2025-0055.
Second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
Definitely will have to read that by.
I thought I'd make a motion for it. Maybe a second. Somebody.
It's like that in the Bible. Next up would be Bill 2025-0056. That's appointing Keli Livengood as city clerk. Motion title only.
I'll make a motion for the first reading by title only of bill 2025-0056. I'll second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance appointing Keli Livengood as city clerk for the city of Dixon, Missouri, and establishing duties and terms of office. Need a motion for second reading by title only.
Make a motion for second reading bill number 2025-0056. Title only.
Second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
An ordinance appointing Keli Livengood as city clerk for the city of Dixon, Missouri, and establishing duties and terms of office. I'll need a motion to approve.
I move that we approve bill number 2025-0056.
Second.
Mike Carson?
Yes.
Anthony Campbell?
Yes.
Mary Wiles?
Yes.
Stacy Yoka?
Yes.
Trevor Warnock?
Yes.
Mike Gunther?
Yes.
Passed 6-0.
Do we need your signatures?
I don't know if you want to table this or
I
what
think
you
I
guys
would
are
table it till
thinking.
I would table it till after the next election, because then you guys can take me off, you can take anybody else that stays with you.
I did check back with the Bank of Missouri, and I don't think I need to be on it. We only make that bond payment like twice a year, so
Yeah.
I can see the bank, so that's okay. I think maybe just wait till next month, because we'll have a few changes.
Yeah, I'll just need a motion to table.
I move we table.
Second.
Mike Parsons,
Yeah.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Stacy Oaken,
Yes.
Trevor Warner,
Yes.
Mike Upton,
Yes.
that's 6-0.
Business license, you can give us update.
For 3 months into 2025, we have 92 licensed businesses. Last year, we had 124 the entire year, so I think we're doing all right. There's no large businesses operating without a license.
Thank you. Healthcare, you want to touch on that?
So I handed out a couple of things you guys have up there. I was wanting to continue to research benefit considerations that will assist in recruiting and retaining good quality employees. That being said, a couple of options. One, the dependent health insurance. Some of the other municipalities are offering dependent health insurance at a discounted rate. Currently, we do have that available, but it's very expensive. And so I provided you a spreadsheet that has, I went through everyone and asked how many dependents they would potentially have. The first column is total cost, and then 90%, 75, and 50. And then I broke it down monthly and yearly for your consideration. And then the second thing, I thought if one or the other, if you guys would consider, would be looking at changing the level of the benefit for our loggers, our retirement program. We're currently at an L7, and that's what that, I gave you a cost center analysis that shows currently loggers, we're at loggers L7 with a 1.5 multiplier. We contribute 6%, and so does 4%. And that's an error, guys. It's 4%. And the employee does 4%. And then for the police, we contribute 7.3%, and they contribute 4%. If we didn't have to contribute or contributed more, if the employees didn't, or the city could contribute more, it could help with the retirement benefit. We've been at this rate, I think, since inception when we started doing retirement. So just a couple of things to think about. I wanted to present.
You guys have got a discussion on it?
Any input from people on what would be more impactful?
I didn't ask specifically about the retirement because there wasn't like how many people or anything like that. But anything, that was a consideration for a couple of people since I've been here that came on, leaving a better retirement. And so I know that that would be probably reach more people across the board, the retirement, versus if you didn't have dependents,
I think the insurance is the big one we continually ask about. Like,
Yes.
I feel like the insurance is the big one for the dependents because, yes, we offer insurance, but we don't,
it's very expensive.
we'll just use cheap, for example, yes. But then, in order for a chief to get it for his family or kids,
It was $1,100 a month just for ticket. To address it.
Yeah, the spouse is expensive, like,
Yeah,
the spouse is outrageous.
Yeah, it was $1,100 a month.
do you have, are the kids cheaper? I don't know.
Well, my kids are covered by $100. But, I mean, for me personally, the retirement is more impactful because of that very reason. But obviously, I can tell you the spouse is outrageous,
So our insurance is age-based, so
Yeah.
the spouse is
That's
going to be
why.
higher because they're older than your children.
yeah. I don't think the children were, I haven't even looked at the children because mine are covered under the father.
I would prefer retirement, yeah.
So you prefer retirement?
Is it per, like, per dependent?
Yeah.
It's not like one is the same as 5.
Yeah, it's like my insurance is just family.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many in your family, what they are, it's just, and it's this rate. But this one is determined on the number.
Correct.
Do you have input? We're pretty quiet on this for everybody to have input. This is something that affects you guys, so if you guys have input, let's make sure we have our input and talk about it, so. If not, I don't want to hear no bickering.
Well, I mean,
And in this conversation, what I'm saying is, I don't want to hear no bickering if you're not going to give your opinion.
I'm definitely calling you tomorrow to.
Yes, because this is what will happen, is I'll get folks, well, I think this and this.
And you.
So this is your guys' time to talk, like, I have compassion for it, I realize over the time, I think we probably can't afford a portion of it, especially being that we've alleviated, some positions, and should I give save some money, so.
Do we have a number on what the city will cover what each one?
But you're married?
I gave them,
We have a breakdown for like percentages.
yeah, I gave them 90%, 75%, 50% what it would cost. We can, numbers.
The retirement for would be more cost effective for us if we wanted to give them a more benefit.
I think between the money use, we,
just make it equal.
yeah, you can do it.
See where we're at.
50%, is that fair? Mike, you have any input?
Well, do we know, with the retirement and the health insurance, what that total cost is gonna look like?
She can give it to you. The insurance ideally is right there, Mike. I can tell you on average, looking at the payroll, so saved roughly, I can just tell you on average payroll, we've saved, gosh, we're close to say what, almost 100, probably. I mean, I'd be real firm, I can say our payroll's dropped so significantly that we're gonna save 100,000 in a year. So if we wanna, spend some of that, not saying we spend all that money, because I think we should be good stewards of the money. But that's at least what we're gonna be at right now. Now, things are gonna change, if we get more officers and so forth, but I think surely we can come up with $50,000 wherever we can, that would be my.
That was my only other thing, was $6,000 is our salary. It would be our salary from higher position.
I think though, as we change our train of thought on this, and quality individuals, I think we realize over the years, quality over, quantity is not much better for us.
We don't.
Yeah, and that's my outlook.
Yeah.
If we want good long-term employees, we're gonna have to take care of it. So.
Yeah.
So my perspective is everyone knows we've been looking for some positions. People now are wanting to rather stay home and work remotely or do this and that versus coming somewhere. So if we could have something to entice them to come. Also, we have people that are coming, licensed here and, we've got water operators, sewer operators. And, we have municipalities that are pretty close by that can nab them up because they have better benefits than we do. So that, my perspective, trying to retain our good employees, that would be, I think, beneficial to us.
The retirement, where do you know, like, what is competitive?
As far as like the levels,
Like matching.
Like matching, like.
The levels are all over the place pretty much with everything. It's pretty.
Some like pay 9% and 9%.
What'd you get paid for, Nate? Do you remember your percentage?
In Wayne? Or here?
For Waynesville.
We were paid, it was fully paid. It was fully paid.
here's one of them.
It was the best knowledge insurance you can get.
Sometimes it's stepped so that, to get the full amount, matching, so if you only put 2% of your
rate, just, or something like that. So.
I don't know that Loggers does that, I can check into it for sure, but it maybe would be something that we could pick up.
I would say that we have to do something like that because.
Oh, you're saying we have to have one set amount for everybody for loggers, we
I-
can't stagger
They
it?
set our rates.
Okay.
We do an actuarial evaluation every year, and they tell us what our rate is. So, the multiplier is so like we're L7, and the multiplier is 1.5%. But they tell us what percentage we contribute. I get a sheet that says what our rates are.
So can we, like, if Nate wants to be L10, can we do that?
We have to,
To raise the multiplier?
you have to set it by ordinance, and everybody, I'm pretty sure has to be the same.
So we have to be the same level?
Sure,
across the board?
I would doubt that. I don't think that's something to get looked into. And the reason I would say that is because there was a time when they didn't, like, certain people could transfer over to Loggers and so forth. There's,
Yeah. I mean, the only other option would be like a 457, like a supplemental plan,
Right.
yes,
that we could
yeah.
contribute to them. You want to look into that, see?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we call it TSD, the state calls it deferred comp, it's.
And truthfully, if they do it right and the person's watching their money, they'll actually go ahead.
It's something we can contribute to them, that's an additional retirement for them, instead of messing
That'd be
with
great
it.
for tax purposes though.
Well, it's all pre-tax.
It's all pre-tax, yeah.
It's pre-tax, and
That's a good.
if you retire when it says to retire, you don't pay any taxes. So, I mean, Kelly just have to look at the options for what we can have.
So are we all right?
No taxes.
Are we all right with the 50%? We come back and figure out the next meeting on the Logger side of it, or what do you guys want to do?
So for the insurance, you mean,
Because
you already put it all together, and come back.
are we doing skinny kind of? I think the Loggers is the last meeting. I think it's Loggers is a nightmare.
So we do.
Pretty much any action you take has to be by ordinance.
We understand that.
Okay,
We're just
gotcha.
approving anything that
Yeah,
right.
approving it so you can start.
But if you make a decision and we want to perfect
Because
that.
they're going to be two
ordinance,
separate
then it
ordinances either way, so that's what I was just trying to.
Perfect. And then I guess my third question is, if it's within the budget for your employees, then you wouldn't have to amend your budget. So it sounds like that's what you're saying, you have room in your
We
budget
have room
for
in the
that.
budget to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think this one.
So then that becomes an item that every year you gotta look at that, percentage wise against the budget to see how you're doing with that.
Yes.
And if it needs to be adjusted.
And maybe there'll be a time in our, in the near future, the city be able to, even apply more. So I think that's something you guys have to, look at as you move forward.
Are we gonna, we're tabling it, or we're voting on it?
We're on this.
We're gonna vote on it, okay, sorry, Anthony and I were having a side conversation, sorry.
I thought that's what you
Does anybody know what a decent rate is for insurance? The reason I asked that is because when I came on here, the city paid for half, but nobody took it because you still couldn't afford it. We had one person on the insurance. So,
I think ideally next year after you move forward, I think we should get a plan like Mary and the rest of them have. If they're concerned about their family, get a family plan where that is covered and everything. And I think actually come out ahead. That's would be my recommendation to you in the future.
So everybody on your list here has health insurance, the employees, everybody here, the list you gave us,
not through us necessarily.
not through
That
us,
was a,
just a
if you
question.
offer this, would you,
Okay,
because that was my question, how much is it going to cost us? And then
Okay.
I said, hey, call everybody, ask them, let's
so I was
go.
wondering if all of these people were on.
No, this is who would be interested in it. And
So we may not end up.
worst
spending
case
50,000.
scenario is right there. Yeah, that's worst case
Okay.
scenario.
Gotcha.
Well, I'd like to know before, I'd like to know how many people would actually take it before.
That is when we asked them, correct me if I'm wrong here, this is the people that said they would take it. So this is worst case scenario. That 50,000 or whatever it is right there, that's worst case scenario on that line. If anything, somebody in there doesn't take it and it's cheaper.
That's what I said. Whatever you guys want to do. Just hate to give something and then have to turn around and take it back in a year. So,
I think as long as, I don't think that'll be the case.
even with this one,
Which one?
I mean, if anything will go up, yeah, we would just add something.
Yeah, that would, so my recommendation, obviously, I don't have a whole lot longer, is I would start at the 50% and then reevaluate when we do budget, or you guys do budget next year and say, hey, where's our budget saying, then you guys can move up here. And maybe one day, we don't move up here. That would be my recommendation. Does that make sense?
When is the, do we have an open season or healthcare? I guess my insurance is all confused now. Do we do an open season?
When's our open season? Do we know? Do we have open season?
Open enrollment? Yeah,
We just had it.
we did. But this will be a change, open season. That's what they call it. They need to put that on the OPM website. They call it open season.
That's a cartoon.
They have it on there.
but that's how you get it.
Yes, they say that. It says open season. Open enrollment. Sorry.
I think it's the improvement though, it'll allow.
Well, it'll be a change, so everybody should be invited. Okay. So. Well, I know like the other cities, not all of them offer coverage for dependents, right? The county does not.
So we have, that's what this.
Waynesville did, though, right? Yeah, Waynesville did.
It was crazy.
St. Robert does. So Indiana does, Crocker.
Oh, they do? I was told that, but the county doesn't.
I don't know what the county is.
Yeah, I told them that they can only cover their employees and that's it.
Like all those places you just said, are what comparable,
The county, they're too busy.
what's comparable on here to what Crawford or the animal?
I don't know if we want to compare ourselves to them. I think we should, I think we
That's
should.
what I said, I mean,
I
they're
think-
doing this, I'd like to.
I mean, if we can afford the 50, we should probably do it. I don't just round it up and say 50. If we can afford that.
I think that's very feasible with the money we're saving. That's what I thought, 50%.
So I'll make a motion to go ahead and allow employees to apply their dependents at the 50%, that the city will cover 50% of the cost for the health insurance. Is dental and vision separate? So this is strictly health?
That's strictly health. We do offer dental and vision.
Okay, so just for the health insurance,
That's right.
for the 50%, up to 50,000. Does that sound good?
A second.
Mike Parsons,
Yes.
Anthony Campbell,
Yes.
Mary Wiles,
Yes.
Stacy Oakland,
Yes.
Trevor Warren,
Yes.
Mike Gunther,
Yes.
pass 6-0.
Another stepping stone, guys. We should cover that. Come a long ways.
And hopefully Mike will read the ordinance on that.
No, I'm saying all the ones.
Probably.
Library update, or
Wait, hold on,
Oh,
all right.
oh, she's not finished.
She got some more.
She got some more.
All right, go.
She got more bullets on here. Let her get through all the bullets.
Close the season on it.
Yes. We're winding the season down.
Just an update, I've been working with Keli Livengood's office for the financial audit for last year. And I've been watching for grants that would benefit the city and the community. AARP has a grant that's focused on like accessibility for 50 and over, with 50 and over population, up to 25,000 that doesn't require any city match. The deadline for that is actually March 5th, so Wednesday. I've been meeting and talking to a few people in the community, and I think if you guys are okay with it, I would like to try to work on some of the accessibility on the raised sidewalks in front of our businesses. Every year after cow days, we have concerns about people being able to get up to the businesses, to travel around, to get to the restroom, things like that. So I've been working actually with Ray Reynolds, she's here, and to try to get that sidewalk across there done first. So I've got a couple of bids for a stair railing to keep people from falling off of that and to get handicap accessibility to that part of the square. And then hopefully we could just work on it through the businesses on those raised sidewalks. So to fly a drone around to take aerial photos of businesses and areas of the town to use like on Facebook and websites and things like that. That would be free to the city. We would just have to let them know like what areas we wanted to look at. I suggested doing it maybe like after spring cleanup, greened up some things and cleaned up, and so that was something that was offered to us. So, that's all I have.
I'm good with that, as long as you let do it on the weekends. People want to sit outside and enjoy being here on the weekends, not having drones flying over the top, making noise.
Yeah, don't do it. During business hours.
Yeah. Other than that, yeah, good idea.
Are there areas you guys want videoed or photographed? Any certain places or?
Not mine.
I don't think they're more like,
I don't think you're gonna get a whole lot of reaction for that, because you don't have the parks.
Not across the
Most of the
street.
time, I mean, I think most feedback I get is people don't like drones, so.
Yeah.
and we don't have to, they just are offered, you know, like schools or the parks or
Yeah,
businesses.
pick up the parts, you know,
Yeah.
just like that, and
Yeah.
I mean, unless we need it for a grant.
down here.
I would say unless you need it for a grant, I would steer away from it, maybe,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I think all you do is million Facebook posts, the police will be getting 50 phone calls. She will be shooting at it.
I would say something's wrong with the drone.
I move we accept the city clerk's report and rate it as A+.
Can I say that?
I should, you've been.
All right, library update.
I have scheduled a computer basics class this month, for anyone that would like to learn about using computers and safely navigating the internet. That class is being hosted by Craig Steer. He's a local member of the Masonic Lodge here in town, and also the husband of one of my crafty friends in the library. So we're thankful for him. He's actually volunteering his time for that. I am, as most of you know, the city liaison for the Chamber of Commerce. We have elected our 2025 board. I'm serving as the secretary for the chamber. So I'll be serving in that capacity again with the chamber. Ray Reynolds got voted in as a board member as well, by the way. So did Leona. Leona's here.
Who's all out there? You sort of do that.
The president is Lori Morgan, that's Mark Morgan, the Marys County Sheriff, that's her husband, they own 9 Line Towing. And then our vice president is Renee Rickerson, which most of you know, she owns Renee's Hair Studio, makeup by Renee. And then our secretary is myself, treasurer is Debbie Kinsley, who works at the post office here in town. Obviously, she's been in Dixon forever. Our board members are Ray, Leona, and Rachel Dotto from the shop in Stumpy Acres, and Misty Sturgis from the Marys County. Yeah. But anyway, so we did that at the last meeting. We're going to be starting Cow Days plans at the next meeting. Cow Days is, of course, the third full weekend in September, which is the 19th through the 21st this year. So I'll be working closely with this guy right here and that guy over there. So we will be getting plans together, and we plan to work closely with them in City Hall and everything that's going to be going down with Cow Days. I know it's only March, but it takes that long, so we'll be doing that. And then perhaps the biggest news that I got to share is that I got a $10,000 grant again. Yeah.
Congratulations.
From the American Library Association, by the way. I'll be in contact with Keli to coordinate that, and I should be getting a check in the next couple of months, so. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Lisa, please.
Okay, so, we've been busy, we've been good, we had 4, we put out a, application or opened up jobs online. We had 4 applications come in, only 1 was post-certified. We're still working to recruit, we're still being picky, departments. I'm super proud of how that turned out. It was a bad situation, but with 2 men, we had him apprehended and in custody with a list of felonies within 6 hours. So for 2 guys, that was about an 8-man job, to be completely honest, and we busted tail and got it done. And I want to brag on us a little bit for that. With that being said, I gave everybody a new patch idea rather than the cartoon bulldog. This is more of the city logo that we approved before. But I figured it looked a little more professional than having a cartoon bulldog. I just wanted to let you guys take a look at it and make sure that the city approved before we ordered them. And then other than that, April 14th, I get all the internals in my truck put in. I've been using it. We've got the lights where the lights work and everything, but I don't have all the gear that I need in it. And April 14th, we'll be having all that put in, so that'll be full in service, ready to go. At that time, we'll be ready to sell some other vehicles out there, so we can leave you guys with ideas on whether to auction or what we're going to do with some of the vehicles that are not worth driving. So, other than that, that's all I got.
Is it going to be that size?
Well, it's going to be the exact same size.
I want to see that.
You're not going to see the train, the cow, and the dog on there. That'd be the only thing I'd say. Because it's
Just
smaller.
because it's smaller.
Yeah, I mean, I would just.
Or just have like the sunset with the Dixon.
Right, put a star and just delete like even the home, something that'll read it.
Yeah,
Just
once you embroider
the
all that,
state,
you're not gonna see
yeah,
it.
just the state and then the Dixon with the sunset.
That's my thought is it's not.
We just want to incorporate the logo. I mean, just so it's all matching across the board.
Pretty much just not the train, the cow, and the whole thing.
I'm sorry.
Like, just not the 3
The
little.
little thing.
The little bitty tiny.
Because if you can't see them, then,
Yeah.
I don't know, I think she's got some patches already done for something else.
Yeah.
I don't know how those look. Yeah, I mean, if it looks good, go ahead.
That's kind of what we were basing it off of. That
Yeah, as long as it,
Especially can be that to be bigger.
It just doesn't have.
This is bigger than this picture is. Is this actual size?
no.
Is that right?
That was
that's just a
the
small
whole
up you did.
Yeah, that's just a mock-up.
So what I'm saying is the Missouri is bigger on here than this picture here. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like once you shrink it down a little bit, it's going to get.
Yeah.
It looks
It's gonna
fun.
look good.
I mean, surely they can try it. Surely.
Right. Well, they'll tell us.
They'll tell you, they can tell you what people are reading.
So we have this one made, that our logo says hometown place on it.
They
We
could.
took that out, I mean, some things,
I'm just wondering if they shrink it down a little bit more, they may have to.
maybe.
Because the cow doesn't even look like a cow.
Well, it's a cabbage baby.
It's like a cow and a cow.
At least it's not a dairy cow.
If it was spotted, it would show up.
Yeah, at least it's not a dairy cow.
Just do it out.
No dairy farms around here. All right, Dairy. Big bad deals.
Public Works.
How much that is?
We had 28 work orders for the month of February. There was no water outages or major work leaks in the month of February. It was on the 31st that we had that major one behind the Badens. Water loss was 25%. In February, we did do 9th Street extension. We extended 160 feet of 4-inch water main and installed a hydrant. We got that all completed. We do have Hawthorne Alley coming up over to the parks today. We're gonna install 2 meters for the water and then new manholes. That'll be a good learning experience for the crew because I don't think they've ever put in manholes or anything like that. So, nursing home station has backed up multiple times due to this collection box backing up and then flushing rags and towels and things down the drain. One pump is $6,400, so it gets pretty pricey on the budget having to replace those.
Yeah, so, can I agree with you? So I reached out after I was having problems again with the nursing home. I think anybody's been on this, we've had nothing but problems. So they have a station back there where they clean up, like, I guess I would call it a diaper or whatever. And it's my understanding that necessarily the residents throwing it away, it's the workers throwing it away, and that's what's clogging up our pumps. So we had this problem, I don't know, a couple years ago, and it seems like every time we switch management, it becomes an issue again. And I called down there and talked to the administrator, tried to explain to her, to say the least, she was super rude about it, and I instructed her at that point, unless you guys say differently, that we'd be charging for the pumps moving forward and the manpower to unclog the pumps, because our guys have better things to be doing instead of doing what I consider their job,
So it's up to 4 times.
Yeah.
Is that why the thing goes off, the siren thing?
Yeah, it's high now.
Are those in bottom line pumps?
Yes.
That's
Mine.
crazy that they bought them.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. Like,
It's gotta be bad, because that's pumps.
it's like throwing towels, like, I mean, like heavy duty towels, Anthony, down there, and it's like clogging up the impeller, like, it's,
I don't know why. Why would
And
they throw that?
they're grinder pumps, they're made
Oh,
to
no,
grind
yeah,
those.
they're the best, I mean, the bottom are the best, but I can't believe that they got clogged up. But I mean, I understand if they're throwing full towels.
yeah, and when I spoke to the administrator there, she basically told me, well, I can only send somebody out there once a week, and I said, well, obviously that's not working, ma'am, I think, we need to come up with a different game plan, and she did not want any part of that, so. They used to at one point in time, every single day they would go out there and they would clean it. They would take them the trash bag, they had a little extended hand thing, and they would clean out their basket. So what happens now though, is their basket's not big, it's not huge I should say. So they get so many rags in there that it overfills and then goes into our pump, and that creates a thing. So we can't afford to be spending, tens of thousands of dollars in countless man hours doing
And the problem is, the nursing home is the only state.
So they affect the homeowners around.
Yeah, it
Yes.
affects the homeowners upstream as well.
all the apartments are tied into that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry to interrupt you. So sorry to interrupt you.
And then I was gonna open discussion, I know we talked about purchasing a half-ton vehicle last session, but the ones that I had found, they already sold. So vehicles under $10,000, they don't last very long usually. So I was wondering if we could open discussion to see if we could just put a ceiling on a vehicle, or do you guys can see a vehicle?
Do you have money in your budget? I mean, that's gonna be the first thing. Do Go ahead, Robert.
When are you gonna put ceiling in?
Hey, you have to talk to the next mayor, talk to him after the next election.
Well, that next mayor said to those.
You never know, there could be a ride-in.
Well, it's been talked for
Somebody could be-
5, 6 months ago.
Somebody could be there, Robert. They may, I never know. 150 people may come write your name.
Nope.
Robert, I think it's a great idea. This is just my opinion. Hear me out. It's not the council's opinion on it. I think it's a great idea in theory, right? We would love to spend probably $25,000, to get the ceiling where it's quiet for everybody in here. But at the end of the day, I would have to ask the question of this. Would we be being good stewards of the money? Is not to be mean or rude or anything else, but typically, you guys all sit in here at the same meetings, right? It's the same exact people every single meeting. It's not like we have hundreds of people showing up, new people continuing. It just doesn't happen that way. So I just don't know if it'd ever be. Would we rather spend the money towards a piece of equipment or something that would maybe potentially help our town? Or for these meetings we do once a month? Just basically, I'm not being rude, but to satisfy you, Robert.
We'll get it.
Yeah.
We'll get it eventually.
That's my two cents on it, Robert.
We have other fish to fry, and then when we don't have other fish to fry, we'll do it.
Thank you for your question. On the motion to go into close, give a 5-minute recess to Mr. Baker.
We need more houses in this town, so we can give
Robert's got a lot next to him. So,
no, we need to add more.
Make a motion to go into 5-minute recess.
Second.
Mike Parsons?
Yes.
Andy